Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're still dealing with snow and ice, so we're spending a lot of time indoors. And since we're spending so much time indoors, I'm spending a lot of time catching up and doing a little bit of reading. And I was kind of thinking there are some books that I think are kind of essential if you're going to be homesteading, if you're thinking about homesteading, if you're in the middle of homesteading. And so I want to share some of these with you. I've got 3 books, maybe 4. Plus a bonus, and the bonus I'm going to tell you how you can get absolutely for free, or at least in our state you can get them for free. So let's get into this video. So the first book that I want to share with you, and I think this is absolutely essential, and you can look at my copy and tell it's been around for a very long time. It is tattered, it is dog nibbled. This book has been pretty much everywhere. I've lent it out to several people because it is such a good book, especially if you're raising animals. And the name of it is Barnyard in Your Backyard. It is put out by Story Publishing. I believe Gail Damerow, Gail Damerow wrote this. If you plan on raising animals in your homestead, this book will tell you what you need to know. So it has sections in here about chickens and ducks, rabbits, sheep, goats, cows. It's in here. It goes over pretty much, it covers everything that you need to know, from housing to fencing to feeding. If you can think about it, this book covers it. It is very well written. I highly encourage you. If you only pick up one book, make it this one. This has been my go-to for everything. So let's just, a random section here is rabbits. And so it talks about how to select a breed, gives you a little bit of why you would want to raise rabbits, the benefits, and the pros and the cons. Gives you all kinds of breeds to choose from, how to choose a breed, the different kinds of rabbits, meat rabbits, fur rabbits, different things. Tells you how to make sure the animal's healthy, tells you how many rabbits you need, tells you even where to find them, tells you how to handle your rabbits. Pretty much everything that you would need to know, how to house them, how to build a shelter, what kind of wire to use. Everything is in here. How to build a cage. Even has plans for building a rabbit hutch. If you can think about it, it is in here. How to handle breeding. How to make notes or keep records. How to feed your rabbits. It's all in here. And each section even has a section about illnesses and things that may happen and how to treat them. So every section is like this. It's pretty much everything that you need to know. It is a library in one single book. I highly recommend picking up this book. If you don't pick up another book, get this one. It's worth its weight in gold. The second book I want to talk about is really kind of I guess you could say it's a little bit of a category too. It's Stories Guides. Stories has been around for a really long time. Matter of fact, if you've been around homesteading any at all, or even maybe looked into it, you've probably come across some Stories Guides. This is Stories Guide to Raising Meat Goats. I've got a little short stories guide about building chicken coops, and I've got another one about how to grow the best corn. There's pretty much whatever you're wanting to do, whatever you want to raise, more than likely there is a stories guide about it, whether it be animals, whether it be gardening, whatever it may be. They've got a book for that. There's a book for whatever you're thinking about raising. So highly recommend Stories Guides. It's very informative, and it tells you everything that you need to know. Where Barnyard in Your Backyard kind of gives you a section on each animal and a little bit of information. This goes into a much greater detail of what you need to know. if you read the book, you will be well on your way of becoming an expert in that animal. It even has a section in here about livestock guardian dogs. But I highly recommend the Stories Guide. Whatever you're planning on doing, more than likely they've got a guide for it. The third book that I want to recommend is a little bit different in the fact that it's not as much an informative type instructional book. It's more of a collection of stories, and that's Foxfire. And there is a whole series of these books, and I've picked some up in thrift stores over the years. That's usually where I find them. And if I find one in a thrift store, I'm going to pick it up. I think I've got 3 or 4. I don't have a full set. But these books are great. If you're not familiar with Foxfire, Foxfire were written, I believe, in the 60s and 70s. It is where college kids, there was a class, and I think it was a anthropology class. I can't remember the details. But anyway, they went into the Appalachian community where they lived, and they interviewed people in the Appalachian community and how they did things, how they survived. Now, these people, these are your OG homesteaders. They've been living off grid at this time. These are people that did not have indoor plumbing, did not have electricity. Many of them didn't, and they pretty much did everything by hand. And so there is just all kinds of good information to have. This is Foxfire 3. It's a really good one. And this one has about animal care, banjos, dulcimers, hide tanning, summer and fall wild plant foods, butter churning, ginseng, and still more affairs of plain living. These are great. I'm not sure if you can still buy these new. You can buy them used on places like eBay. But if you spend any time in thrift stores, look for them. If you find them, pick them up. They're well worth it. So before I get to the bonus section of this, and I'm going to tell you how you can get some books for free, I want to talk about a new book that I just purchased not long ago, that I'm in the middle of reading this right now. And if you are new to homesteading, maybe new to gardening, or you want to get into gardening, check out this book. This is all new Square Foot Gardening by Mel Bartholomew. Now, if you've been around as long as I have, you remember this guy had a PBS special, a PBS television show, and talking about how to garden in a square foot. And so this is telling you how to build the beds. To do this, basically, this takes, this guy was really the first one to start growing things in beds like this, where you have basically a 12-inch square that you plant in and kind of divide everything up. But this is a great book. I'm going to try this this spring. But if you're new to gardening, or maybe you're on a budget, you can't afford equipment like a rototiller, things like that, this would be a great way to start to grow a garden without a lot of specialized equipment. So if that's you, if you're new to gardening, or you've been intimidated by all the equipment and doing things like the things that you need to do, traditional row gardening, pick this book up. Now, this is a newer book. I say newer, probably early 2000s, but there's an older one as well. You can find these at thrift stores. I bought mine used. This was $5. And I've got, this is the new and improved. I also have this older book that was written probably back in the 70s or 80s. Not on my list when I originally made the video, but kind of an extra bonus. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, pick this up. All right, now on to the bonus section. I promised you some free materials, where you can pick up some free materials, and I kind of have that right here. What a lot of people, what you may not know is that you can pick up free mini books, free pamphlets at your local agriculture extension office. I have a couple of different ones here. I have several, but I can only find these two. This is direct marketing your produce that you grow, and this is ways to market your produce, things that you grow, and things that you may make there. But there's all sorts of things that you can pick up there. I had one about growing tomatoes. I could not find it, but that was an absolutely free pamphlet that had how to grow tomatoes. Now, one thing you'll notice is that most of these things at the Ag Extension Office will be catered more to the person that is on a larger scale that's selling. But some of it is just good information that you can have. So check that out. You can pick these up for free, or for maybe, I'm not sure about your state, for a very low amount of money. But check this out. If you're looking for some really cheap quality information specific to your area, go by your Ag Extension office. Usually they've got something hanging on the wall with pamphlets like these. Go and check that out, because it's well worth it, and in most instances it is free. Now I'm a little bit old school. I kind of like to have the physical book in my hand. I guess that's just maybe my age, being a Gen Xer. I like to have the book. I do have I've got a lot more stories guides that are on Kindle, and that's good, but I just rather have the physical book. It's easy to go and pick that up and reference something without having to pull out a device and look at a screen for an hour or two. So there you have it. I've shown you my favorite books, my books that I feel are kind of essential to homesteading. I'd love to hear from you. What are your essential homestead books? I'm always on the hunt for good books to read during this time of year. So what are your essentials? Anything that I left out? Anything you want to add? Put it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. I hope this has been helpful to you. I'll see you on the next one, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.